Good morning, YouTube friends. This is Angie's DIYs, and welcome to our video. Today we're going out to the thrift stores to look for a few things, and the first items we come to in our local Goodwill store are the books. And this is what I normally look for when I'm looking through to find the books. The oversized books, books with birds, maps, crafts, scriptures, things like that I can use to upcycle and recraft. The Audubon birds, I'm always looking for that book. And today I didn't find any, I don't think, at this store. But I was interested in this one because we do have a Piggly Wiggly in our town. Oh, okay. Coming up next we have at our thrift store is the dish aisle. Dishes, pots, pans, things like that. I did find this pan, but I'm trying to be really picky and not buy stuff that I can't process that day or the next day to go ahead and put in my booth or to make a video with or upcycle. So I put this piece in a cart and I'm going to do what I'm going to ride it around. So I got it in a cart and I'm riding it around trying to decide if I'm going to get it or not. Now, here's the glassware. I just don't buy the glassware. I don't buy the plates unless I got a specific project because they just do not sell in my booth. The glass candle holders, they just don't sell. Silverware, if I find a whole pack at a good price, sometimes I'll get that. Now, I thought this was an interesting pan. I wasn't quite sure if I could do a craft with it or, use it to bake with. I put it in the cart to ride around for a few minutes. Look at that bunt pan back there. Somebody really used that. This day they had a lot of cake pans. They don't normally have this many cake pans at our thrift store. And let's see, canister sets. Now this little cake pan with the Christmas tree, that was interesting. When you get to the pots, what I'm looking for are new things with tags, pots in good condition that have the lids and canners or pressure canners. Now when I'm talking about a pressure canner, if I find an all-American pressure canner, that is like gold. It goes in the pot. It goes in the cart. And I have found one or two. All right, up next are frames. I start in the clock section when I'm looking for frames because even though this is a clock, I thought this would make a cool cabinet or a frame, but I did not get it because I didn't have time that day or the rest of that week to work on it, so I left it for somebody else. And this clock caught my eye too because I'm doing some Santa prints and I thought, oh man, that'd be so pretty. But I didn't get it because I didn't have time to work on it. So I'm trying to be picky. But this is what I'm looking for when I'm looking for frames. The vintage frames, the big chunky frames, those frames that are built over canvases, frames that are ornate and got embellishments on them, the big fat moldings. That's what I'm always looking for. Now I'm at another store here. This one, they have hats for 99 cents. And scarves for 99 cents. Not all the Goodwills have that for 99 cents. This one does. And I'm always looking for the real silk scarves because I love to decoupage the real silk scarves. They didn't have any that at this store that I could use that day. Up next are the handbags. I do not resell handbags in my booth because they just do not sell. But I do buy handbags at the Goodwill bins if they have a lot of cool hardware on them, like fasteners, anything I can cut off to use in upcycling, I do get, but I wait and get those at the bins because they're so much cheaper. Now this little piggy bag, I had to look at it 2 or 3 times, but I didn't get it. I put it back. It was so cute, but I didn't get it. Okay, next we'll come up to the in this store are the belts. Now, I always look through the belts, and I start at the buckles. Because the buckles, I'm always looking for, like, the big rodeo buckles, anything real ornate that I can use for, like, hardware. on wood boxes, something like this, but I've already got a couple of those, so I didn't get that one. Those are cute to use for embellishments. Chains, things like that. I have found belts with charms on them, so it's always worth it to look through the belts. All right, we're over in the plastic section. I very, very seldom ever buy anything in the plastic section. Linens and fabrics, textiles, I always look through that. Lamps, I never buy. Lamps don't sell in my booth, hardly ever. But this little green lamp, I just kept looking at it. It was just so unusual. I couldn't tell if it was just a shade or a lamp that the bulb goes in the bottom, or if this was the top or the bottom. Sorry about this terrible footage. I was just so impressed with this lampshade, but I didn't get it. I'm trying to be picky here now. I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to be picky. I picked it up 2 or 3 times, and I talked to Russell about it, and he said, yeah, that's unusual. But I didn't get it. I left it behind. Pottery. Pottery does not sell in my booth. I love it. It's so pretty, and I see all the thrifters picking it up and reselling it. But now lanterns do sell in my booth. Every time I have a lantern, it does sell. And this one looked cool. It really looked nice, but when I touched it and picked it up, it was just a little plastic lantern, so I left it behind. Florals. I normally do buy florals if they're a good price. This was a good price on this bag of florals, and it was pretty full, and it looked good, but I already have so many. I did not get it that day either, but that was a good price on that bag of florals right there. Greenery. But I left it behind. Now, you see my pocketbook in the cart there. I don't normally do that. But that particular day is the day my mom, my sister, and my daughter and I went to have our mammogram. And I needed to take that bag with me that day. So it's not good when to put over you. There's Jesus. Russell's took over. He's taking pictures here. This is more in this area is more frames, candles. Now, I will buy a candle at the Goodwill if it's in good shape, not been burnt, looks good, smells good, and it's a good price. But our area, see those candles there? Even if they've already been lit, they still want $5.99 for them. So I had to leave those behind. Here's more glassware. That's a cute little picture there. It's like a little milk picture. Coffee cups. I will buy a coffee cup every now and then if it's special, if it's Mother's Day or a particular Valentine's Day or something really cool for the office. All right, this is where they normally keep the art supplies. Now, I buy art supplies all the time at the Goodwill. Paintbrushes, paint, sandpaper, you name it, screws, nuts, bolts, I get it there. Now, in the glassware section, what I do normally buy, if I see a piece that's blown glass, if it's Temptations dishware, and special cups. The reason I look for the Temptations is because my daughter loves that, so I get it for her. And look, I found a piece that day. That was a little Christmas dish, and her birthday was that next day, so I went ahead and got that for her and gave it to her for her birthday, and she loved it. She did. This is what all I got that day. I got that. I did get the Christmas tree cake pans, and turns out there were 2 in there. And so I got a deal on that. That was 2 for 99 cents. And I'm going to do some kind of craft with that because there's a little bit of rust on them, and I don't want to cook with it, but I'm going to do a craft with it. And these are bras. I didn't talk about the bras when I was buying them, but that Goodwill has bras for 99 cents, and we have a little wardrobe set up for a boutique in our booth, and we sell bras in it. and we pay 99 cents for them, and we sell them for $6.99. Now, these frames were $5.99, and they did sell the first day we put them in the booth, but what we did is painted them, and I'm going to show you that in a few minutes, and did an upcycle on them, and they did sell. We put the Santa print in it, I think is what I'm telling you about here. We wanted to put nativity prints in them, but we just could not find the nativity prints. So we did the Santa, and here's how we did it. We also got that mirror. It was at the checkout counter when we were getting ready to go out. That's why I didn't have footage of it. But it was $5.99. The paint job on it was I tried my best to get footage of how messed up that chip that paint was, but you just couldn't see it on the camera. It was in really bad shape. I was going to take the mirror out and put a Santa print in there, but you see the edges of that mirror? That's a beveled edge mirror. It was a really nice mirror, so I decided just to paint it and leave it as a mirror. Then if it doesn't sell, I may save it for next Christmas and put the print in it. I'm just using that Rust-Oleum 2X gold. It turned out really pretty. It only took just a few minutes. This is what I'm trying to train myself to do. What can I buy and upcycle that same day and get it in my booth? And this was a very simple upcycle. See, I'm telling you, I got the same clothes on. I did it on the same day. Bought it, upcycled it, and put it in the booth. And good thing I did, because the other frames, they sold that same day. I don't know if this mirror has sold today. I hadn't been to my booth in a couple of days, so I don't know if it's still there or not. I love to spray paint with gold. All right, here's the prints that had the orangey looking pictures in them. We just spray painted them gold, took the prints out. Now, I did spray paint that cardboard print that was in there in hopes, of using it later down the road for another project, because it was a good sturdy piece of board that was in there. There it is right there. That was a good piece of board. And they had a tag. These prints had a tag on the back for, I believe, I don't know if I took a picture of it for you or not, but they were $69 each a piece. $69 for these. I mean, it's a good frame and all that, but, $69. That's just a print glued onto a piece of board. There we go. Went ahead and painted it, so I have it ready to use for my next project while I had to paint out, because I knew I wasn't going to use that picture for anything else. And I got two pieces of that. I was hoping I had took a picture of that price tag for you, but I don't think I did. Alright, here it is in the store. There's the mirror, and we made a swag to match the bow for that. And there's the two frames, and we just put a wreath in each frame with gold bows on them. And hung them in our booth. Isn't that pretty? And so easy to do and so versatile. I mean, a person can take that wreath out and do it for any holiday. Here's a little footage at the end. There's my daughter. She's the one that made the appointment for us all to go get our mammograms. That's what we were doing that day. Here's my new buddy, Lewis. I saw him. I said, "Hey, Lewis, you want to be in my YouTube video?" He said, "Sure." Oh, boy, he's such a nice guy. He's learning how to do some flipping at the thrift stores. And very talented young man. We really enjoy his friendship. And I got my mom and my sister. They're at the back of the store there. Let's see if we can find them. We had a nice lunch. There's my sister. She's always looking for guitars, CDs, albums. Look at there. She found her one Olivia Newton-John CD. Where's Mom? There's my mom. She's always looking for Christmas decorations, anything for home decor. She's a retired florist, and she just loves florals. But we had a good time. We went and got our mammograms. Here we are at the Krispy Kreme having a donut and a coffee, all feeling proud of ourselves for having our mammogram done. Thank you, Rachel, for organizing that for us. I think 3 out of the 4 have got the results back so far, and everything's good. I'm the only one that hadn't got the results back, but I'm sure it's going to be good. If you enjoyed this video today, give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.